Oh boy, your boy is back. UFC 229, Conor McGregor will be facing the killer assassin Khabib Nurmagomedov. Yes, Nurmagomedov versus McGregor. And I posted a comment saying this, and people agree with me because I know my MMA game, baby. And I said, why don't you all agree that Conor McGregor will have ring rust? And a lot of people don't say he's going to have ring rust. He hasn't fought in over 2 years. So I say, why don't you all agree that Conor McGregor will have ring rust? He hasn't fought in over 2 years. He's going to be fighting a guy with a ruthless pace of coming forward and taking you down and taking you down. When was the last time Khabib lost a fight or lost a round? Never. He's 26-0. In the UFC alone, he's beaten the likes of Michael Johnson, which cracked him, and he still came forward and beat his ass. Ali Aquinta, he beat him on the feet, more than likely. He beat Edson Barboza, and Edson never been the same ever since. He looked scared when she was getting hit. He beat Thiago Tavares, Rafael dos Anjos, and it's like Joe Rogan says, when Khabib gets you down and does his ground and pound, it's like no other in the business. Now you gotta face a guy who can take you down and keep you down. If Chad Mendes could keep Conor down and land some elbows, what can this dude do? No one does ground and pound like Khabib. Everybody gets taken down by Khabib. When they get hit, they look scared. Edson Barboza looked shocked and scared getting hit so hard when he was taken down for 15 minutes in their fight. He didn't know what to do. He didn't know how to get back to his feet. He would get up. He would take a little, try to throw a kick. He would get taken down. And he's never been taken down and beaten down like that. And Conor's never been taken down and beaten down like that. But everybody's saying if Chad Mendes could do it, so could a full training camp Khabib. And somebody did reply to my comment on this post. And they said, Trevor, what you are saying is true, but Conor McGregor has an X factor of being able to finish fights effectively and quickly. First 2 rounds will be very dangerous for Khabib. After that, it should be all Khabib. You are on point about ring rust, though. All the training and sparring in the world does not give you that real world fighting in front of millions of people. It should be a great fight. Looking forward to seeing these two badasses square off. And I replied to this guy saying, one big point, listen to the Frank Mir podcast. And he says, remember when Conor McGregor fought Nate Diaz in the second fight? Around the 3rd round, he was running away from Nate Diaz. But Nate Diaz doesn't put on the pressure as much as Khabib does. And he was running away. He was running away from Nate. And Nate, at one point, was pointing at him and laughing because he was gassing out.
Just tell me where, and that's it. Why you need come here? Show up like you wanna fight or something like this. Send me a message, hey, come here, this place, and that's it. Without security, without UFC, without nothing. Just send me a message, let me know where, and that's it. I'm gonna come, just send me a message. Of course, they know a lot of security here, media, it's gonna be big, you understand, they come with 30 people. Come here. Send me a message, like location, I'm gonna come. Whatever you want, doesn't matter. Ireland, New York, Brooklyn, or Moscow, doesn't matter.
There's not a man alive that can come on this soil and beat me. You're chicken, because this is #1 easy fight in lightweight division. They're not on my level. You gotta have size, reach, length, you gotta have some attributes. If you come in anyway equal to me, I'm gonna rip your whole head off, and that's what I tell her every time. Irish, only 6 million. Russian, 150 million. Alhamdulillah, everything God gave me.
But nobody perfect. When somebody like you, UFC fighter, talk about you bad, or he try to go bully with him, 100% I'm gonna give him back. I hope he's gonna fix his problem, and we're gonna fix between me and him problem. Out inside the cage or outside the cage, doesn't matter. We have to fix this.
Conor presents it's interesting in terms of danger is speed and one-shot knockout power with his hands.
And Khabib has been hurt coming in.
By Michael Johnson. It's really the only adversity he ever suffered inside. Watch that one moment where Michael Johnson clipped him. And you're like, look, he's human. He can be hurt. It's like the scene in Terminator. If it bleeds. I think that Conor has been overwhelmed on the ground, though.
Yes.
And he's been overwhelmed by Nate Diaz. And he's been controlled on the ground by Chad Mendes. Well, he mind fucks people. He mind fucks people in a way that, but I don't think he's mind fucking Khabib.
I don't think that works on Khabib.
I don't think that's going to happen. I just think that we're dealing with a totally different kind of human being.
This is not about like Conor, he talk about I'm ready, stay ready, but when you call me, like no connect, nothing, they cannot call him because he understand now he have to fight.
One thing and one thing only. Who gives a crap how much money Conor makes? He's focusing so much on money and these fighters being bums. Well, Khabib, I feel, is going to smash him. Smash him. But you noticed Conor McGregor has never fought a high-level wrestler. When he was rising up through the UFC rankings, and once he did, Chad Mendes smashed him, and Chad Mendes only had 2 weeks of training. So if Chad Mendes could really smash him and bash him, how come they never gave him the Frankie Edgar fight? Because Frankie Edgar is another high-level wrestler that would wrestle him to the ground and smash him. So if Khabib's going to fight him, Khabib probably is the guy that's just going to smash him. But I do agree that Conor does have a few solid left hands that he can land on Khabib. But at the end of the day, if it goes to the ground, Conor is like a fish out of water. And I believe Conor is going to get brutally beaten down on the ground and pound. I think he could knock out Khabib maybe on the stand-up, but Khabib has never lost a UFC round. He's never lost a fight. He's always either finished his fighters or dominated them from bell to bell. And Conor is a guy who finishes fights fast, and he's a guy who has explosive power. And a lot of these guys who have explosive power, they don't have the stamina to go 25 rounds, 25 minutes. Khabib has that fighting style that can go 25 rounds and still not be gassed out, because his fighting style is high intense, push the pace. Just like a Diaz brother, they're triathlons. They high powered athletes that push the pace. They're not throwing heavy leather every single shot to knock your ass out. So that's the big difference. Conor is a guy who, after 8 minutes or 10 minutes of fighting, which is the first 2 rounds, he's kind of gassed himself out because he throws heavy leather every time. But Khabib, for example, he shoots double legs all the time. He might have like a shitty, like 20% takedown offensive for his takedowns, right? It goes, he gets like 1 takedown for every 10 that he shoots in, but he's constantly shooting for takedowns. So I think Khabib, the crazy dude that he is, he's a savage, and I believe it's going to be a great fight. I can't wait for UFC 229. What do you guys think? Post in the comment section below.